Okay, trying out something new, and I'm just gonna be free talking today. And this one thing is on my head constantly about just wondering what these AI agents are and how how do we think about them, how do we kind of apply them and use them in our lives. And and whenever I've thought about it, it was very interesting what kind of came to me. So I live in India, as you might have guessed, and this is my home where I'm talking to you from. And over here we have a lot of maids coming in, right? So uh, they're essentially like freelancers for us, where there's an assigned, very clear assigned task for them. So someone's coming and washing our clothes, someone's coming and cleaning our house, someone's coming and cleaning our utensils, and so on. And also someone's coming and cooking our food. And so I was just thinking that essentially all of these people that are coming to us, they're not really team members, because we don't brainstorm with them, we don't create a lot of value through them, at least yet, right now. uh, if we transform our home into, say, a hotel or an Airbnb, then yes, then it will become more of a collaborative effort and making sure that they come at time and all of those things, and so it creates something of value. But right now they are essentially just helping free up my time. We're putting in the money, we're putting in the some basic prompts, where we're just talking to them and telling them, okay, hey, like, this is the kind of food we eat, less masalas, but more flavorful, and so on and so forth. So this is essentially the prompting part of it, and then what comes out is the outcome, the food that we eat. And we have to keep tailoring it again and again. It's not 100% there, uh, for a simple reason that it can never be. It will always, whatever my expectations are, it will always be below that. That's the whole nature of this thing, because that expectation is in my own head, that hey, like, it needs to happen in a certain way, and that keeps rising as things move along. So as I get more and more comfortable with this idea, I would keep raising that expectation, and that creates a problem, because I don't know that I've raised the expectation, but I'm still judging that person and that output that is coming around. So, and that's exactly what's happening with AI as well, right? So it was like a long winded example that I gave, that for us, at least for me, when I think about it, it's so crazy that I'm essentially working with humans, uh, almost like how I would interact with an AI agent in the near future, or probably I'm already doing that with ChatGPT to a certain extent, right? So essentially, what's happening is, uh, if I learn how to work with humans better, or at least this set of humans that I talked about, like the maids, the freelancers, people who are working on a specific task for me, if I figure out how to get like 80%, 90%, 95% of the job done through them, learn the kind of language that I'm using, understand the parameters that I'm really judging the quality of the work on, and kind of make an SOP out of it. And then once I have that, now I can take it and put it in an AI. Of course, it needs to be something that the AI can do, of course. But if I put it in all in AI, I would possibly get the same 95% of the output from the AI as well. And that becomes an agent, because now that agent, I don't really need to do I don't need to tweak it again and again, or probably I would have to tweak it again and again as situations change, as things change, right? Because it would never be static. So it will always create more chaos. So the moment I start using an AI agent, there will be a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, some new technology, some new change that will come around, where I will have to prompt it again, I will have to tweak it again, I will have to give it more of my understanding, to help it do its work again to the same optimal level of, say, 95%. And that's the idea. So that's what I think, that you know and it's vice versa also. It's true, the more I work with AI agents, the more I understand them, the more I understand the prompting part of it, the more I understand my expectations as well as the parameters that I'm judging the work on, as well as the way I'm talking to the AI agent. I can use the same thing, almost the same thing, minus the emotions, of course, or rather adding the emotions over here with a human, right? The moment I add the emotions over here, it now becomes like that I'm working with a team of freelancers or a team of maids that essentially helps me run my home or my office. So that's a very interesting phenomena that's been going on in my own head, that hey, like, it's crazy that something so new is still something that we have been doing at our homes for such a long time. Like I've seen that happen from like when I was essentially growing up, right? All through my teenage life and adult life, I've seen that happening at my home, but I never realized it until and unless there was this technology that came around, and I made this correlation. And so it's very cool I mean, I really think that for Indians, especially for Indians who have this luxury of working with uh, uh, maids and people who are essentially freelancing, and of course it works in teams and everything as well. So of course it works over there as well. But I'm saying that as a beginner who does not have a team, as a solopreneur who does not have a team right now, when I think about it, it's very, very, very freeing, because I'm essentially learning two things at the same time. The moment I'm working with a freelancer, a human, I'm also learning how to work with an AI agent. And when I'm working with an AI agent, I'm also figuring out and learning how do I work better with a human. So, and it all comes down to me. It all comes down to what my expectations are, and have I set the right parameters on which I'm going to judge the work on, right? So it comes down to that system ki, hey, like, is there a very clear way of measuring that output that I'm going to be getting? Is there a really good way of judging the quality of it? So measuring the output and also judging the quality of it, right? And is there a way to slowly increase it? Right now, creating that system is where the human creativity would lie now, right? So agents in general will be there, and we will have a lot more of them as technology becomes more accessible. But I feel where we as humans are going now is this whole creation of the systems, right? So understanding uh, this value system, that hey, like, you need to give the prompt. So your prompt needs to be really good. You need to set the parameters within the prompt, that this is how I'm going to be, this is the output that I'm looking for, and this is how I'm going to be judging that output. And then figuring out the quality control of the output finally, right? So whatever work gets done, I'm also judging its quality, so that I am able to give it a feedback loop, and do this whole cycle again. And once it gets to a optimal level of 95%, then I let it be, right? That then it keeps on happening on its own, till something else changes, till something breaks, until I have to go back to this loop again. So we have all become these system architects at the end of it, that if I'm able to do this architecting really well, I will be able to build this system of agents, build the system of crazy ass robots working around me without actually working with them, right? So it's very weird that I will be working with a lot of them, but at the same time not working with a lot of them. So really, really interesting phenomena that's happening around us. And I don't know, this is just a riff. It's just a way to think about it that's been coming to my mind again and again. So I thought I'll share it with you. Put down in the comments what you think about it, and let me know if this makes sense to you, and if this is something that you resonate with, right? And if not, please tell me why as well, and it'll help me get feedback so that I improve my next videos. See you.